Hello world. Another Tuesday. My name is Maria Abanga, aka Mag, chiming in all the way from Douala, Cameroon. And it's always a pleasure for me to do a segment of Therapist Mag, right? It's where I keep it real and it's where I just share from my heart and just trying to give us maybe some nudge to have some perspective. And today I want to look at expectations. I'm specializing mental health and relational wellness. I'm still a work in progress. I'm a person with a lived experience, still having my own relationship struggles and all of those things. But that doesn't mean that I haven't learned a lot in my 42 years of existence. And yeah, I want to look at the role expectations play in our mental health and in our relationships. And if we don't have to review these expectations, maybe, or to up them, or, stuff like that. And last week I was looking at the role our attachment styles play in our relationships. And so I'm looking at expectations today because, as usual, I, use my personal experiences and that's my purpose in life and stuff like that. So even though I'm a therapist, I'm equally a therapist to myself and I'm equally in life. Yeah, I'm here with you, right? And some things have happened recently in my life, and one friend told me maybe you have to lower your expectations, and that's just so right. Like I was expecting, my ex-husband to do some things which he has said he would do, and he's not doing them, and well, he gets at me and stuff like that. And so if I don't expect him to do those things anymore, and well, if he does them, fine. If he doesn't do them, no problem, then I'm not going to get hurt that way. And so I want to look at expectations in three areas, although one of them is actually kind of like assumption. You have expectations you have of yourself, you have expectations you have of others, and you haven't discussed them. You just expect because, well, that's the norm that they should be doing those things. That's what an expectation is, right? A strong belief that things should be the way they should be, or the way they stuff like that. And then you have expectations about others because of what they have said, like for example, giving you their word. Okay, well, uh, so big for big expectations from others because they've given you their word. You can say, okay, well, because they've given you their word, you assume that they will follow through. So we are going to look at this next week, Tuesday, by grace, when I want to really look at the role of assumptions and if it's even necessary and all of that. So today I will stay on expectations of yourself and expectations of others. Now, expectations of yourselves, we sometimes, some people like myself before, we used to hold ourselves to such high expectations and we are so, so critical of ourselves, so judgmental of ourselves, so everything we beat ourselves up when we don't meet our expectations, and we add to our expectations people have of us, and we are like, well, because I'm expected to do this and that. So I just decided to stop trying to conform, stop trying to be meet any expectations, do it my own way. This is me, I'm on my bed today, and I said, well, I'm just going to do this thing from my bed. I'm not feeling too good. My period started yesterday and all of that. I'm like, well, no, I've already said this is Mark. Mark keeps it real. Wherever Mark is, whatever is going on, Mark is just going to go. So there's nothing like, oh, just up, sit here, do that. But when I started doing live videos and all of this and creating content, people sometimes leave comments, oh no, you're not sitting very well, don't make makeup like that, oh, do this with your hair. I was just like, I don't need all of this. I was watching Honoring Our Kings on OWN, and one thing that kept coming back was all those fathers saying, you have to stop thinking that vulnerability is a weakness. It is strength. You cannot be a father when you cannot relate with your child at their most basic level, which is how they feel. And for you to relate with somebody's feelings, you have to acknowledge your own feelings. And sometimes it's just overwhelming to try to, unacknowledge yourself just because you want to meet some expectations, especially the ones you put on yourself. Now, that's just ridiculous. And I watched Will Smith and Kevin Hart talk about this on the Red Table, and I watched OWN and all the wonderful honorees they brought, and I'm like, okay, well, do we need more? Like, Well, anyway, I know what's good for me, and I'm not living up to any expectations, especially the ones I put on myself. I don't even have much. I really kind of like take it cool. And then the ones other people put on me, well, what do I owe them? I don't owe them anything. So I'm not living up to anybody's expectations, and I've made it clear right up to my parents. I'm like, I'm just going to try my best. I'm going to do what I can do, but come on now, all those expectations, I don't need them. So in a relationship, and especially if the expectations are not even clear, I'm like, well, why? Why should I live up to your expectations? We have to discuss these things, and it has to be a give and take. We have to find some balance. I'm not going to lose myself in a relationship because I want to live up to your expectations. So stop trying to fix me. Stop trying to make me who you want me to be. I was already somebody when you met me, and vice versa. I don't try to do that because, well, they were already somebody. So, if you are maybe in a relationship or planning on getting into one, or maybe a relationship with your father, your sibling, your child, or anything, and you feel like this expectations thing is taking a toll on you, expectations on society, expectations from your significant other, even the expectations you have on yourself, and you think that therapy can help you to unwind. I love the way people in the West or in America, the Black Americans, have embraced therapy. I mean, people talk, okay, all of them, they've been to therapy, but back here, it is still a very, very new concept for people to grab. So, I mean, I know it's slow and steady, but I'm good to go. And I just keep learning. And I know that the more I learn, the more I can share and the more I can help people when they come to me. So, where you can subscribe to my channel, that will be a pleasure. You can follow me on any other social media link. And then, well, if you want to book a session with me, just feel free to do so. I really appreciate. God bless us all.